Now on Sunrise and streaming on crossroadstoday.com, the FEMA Disaster Recovery Center in Calhoun County is closing tomorrow. And a dispute in the drive-thru of a Florida McDonald's led to an employee shooting at customers last week. Plus, Willie Mays, one of baseball's greatest and most beloved players of all time, has died.
And soon-to-be Tropical Storm Alberto is going to head towards Mexico going into tomorrow morning, bringing us here in the Crossroads a dumping of rain going until Friday. We'll take a look at that in the weather coming up.
You're watching 25 News Now Sunrise. Good morning and thank you for joining us. I'm Carolina Astrain.
And I'm Parker Cox.
And today it's the 19th day of June 2024. It's Juneteenth.
It is Juneteenth.
And the time is now 6:30 on our Wednesday morning, and it is Watch Day.
Ooh, Watch Day.
So we just had a question of the day about Watch Day.
Oh, that's right, we did.
But we didn't share that originally hands were carried or worn on a chain around the neck. So before it became actually a wristwatch, people would carry them like necklaces.
Right, yeah, like stopwatches.
Exactly.
Kind of keep it around their neck. I've seen those before, actually.
I think they're kind of cool.
Yeah, very cool, very cool.
All right, well, Parker, how is our rain watch going today?
I was going to say what's on our watch for today is lots and lots and lots of rain, folks. We've got lots of rain coming our way today and tomorrow. We've got a little bit less coming our way tomorrow, but lots of rain today, tomorrow, and even some more coming into this weekend. We're going to take a look at that in just a second, because right now, if you're tuning in with us this morning, yes, it's already raining out there. You may have noticed all the parking lots are kind of reflective this morning. That's because there's a little bit of layer of water on there as reflecting that light. Right now, it's 77 here in Victoria, and still plenty humid out there with that rain at 94%. So please be careful out on the roads this morning. You are very likely to see some form of rain. There's only one form of rain, some sort of rain out there this morning. In fact, looking at your radar, you could see all of the plethora of rain coming out of the east this morning. In fact, if I split the crossroads right down the middle, it's like 50-50 of us are getting rain out there this morning. But zooming out, you could see where all the rain is going to be coming from, and there's still plenty more of it to come our way heading into this afternoon. Now, tropical depression, right now, I'm going to call it Tropical Storm Alberto because it already has currently observed tropical storm force winds, and that tropical storm force wind field is actually extending 350 miles north all the way to the Texas coast. That's why we are under tropical storm warnings along the Texas coast. But that tropical storm, I'm going to call it Tropical Storm Alberto because later this afternoon, I'm thinking it will be a storm, but that's going to head towards Mexico, west towards Mexico, north of Mexico, that is, going into tomorrow morning, bringing us in the crossroads, the northeastern flank of that system, bringing lots and lots and lots of rain. In fact, there's going to be so much rain that's forecasted. The National Weather Service already has flood advisories and flood warnings or flood watches for all those green counties you saw right there. And then also all these red counties that you see right here are all the tropical storm warnings. And the tropical storm warnings have been issued for these details right here. Winds are going to be gusting up to 55 to 60 miles an hour. That is very strong winds right there. Storm surge will be between 1 to 3 feet, so some water might be coming up onto the beaches and also some parking lots, but 6 to 9 inches of rainfall will be possible along the immediate coast, and a very high rip current threat will be in place for today. But like we were just saying, winds will be very strong along the immediate coast. Inland areas today, I'm thinking between 35 to 45 mile an hour wind gusts. There might be an occasional 50 mile an hour wind gust today, so make sure to secure any loose items outside. But I'm going to press play on the radar loop for today, and you can see here it is just a dumping, a constant rain for today. A little bit of a calm down going into tonight, but it's going to pick right back up tomorrow. And with that rain picking back up through Friday, I'm thinking rainfall totals here in Victoria County probably between 2 to 4 inches. And that's why we have alert days for today and tomorrow for the heavy rain and the tropical force storm winds. And we're going to take a look at all of that and more, though, in just a few more moments. Back to Carolina.
Thank you, Parker. The FEMA Disaster Recovery Center in Calhoun County is closing tomorrow. The center at the public library there on 200 West Mahan Street will close permanently at 7 p.m. Thursday. FEMA officials say that over $200,000 have been approved by FEMA for Calhoun County residents, and that hundreds of residents have applied for FEMA assistance. The center will also be closed today for Juneteenth. If Calhoun County residents still need help from FEMA, they can call 800-621-3362 or go online to disasterassistance.gov. The last day to apply for FEMA relief is July 16th. The goal of FEMA is to help people recover from disasters, but some of those workers may not be who they say they are. Latanya Hope's media specialist with FEMA says her organization uses in-office visits and in-person visits to determine if FEMA assistance is needed. Unfortunately, fraud is a problem, and Hopes wants to make sure everyone avoids scams.
You get information from FEMA, a letter from FEMA, and you've not completed an application with FEMA, you could possibly be the victim of disaster assistance fraud.
Hopes also says that if a FEMA worker shows up at your home, they recommend the resident ask to see that person's FEMA identification badge. If you don't feel comfortable with that FEMA worker at your door, Hopes recommends calling the police. They can help make sure that the person at your door is legitimate. Justin Timberlake was arrested Monday night and accused of driving while intoxicated. Police took the pop superstar into custody at Sag Harbor, New York Monday night and held him overnight. A court official says he will face a DWI charge. Sag Harbor police released a statement today saying police stopped Timberlake after he ran a stop sign and failed to maintain his lane of travel. Timberlake is scheduled to play in Chicago on Friday and Saturday before coming back to New York for shows at Madison Square Garden next Tuesday and Wednesday. A dispute in a drive-thru at a McDonald's in Florida led to an employee shooting at customers last week. Surveillance footage shows that employee, 22-year-old Chastity Gardner, threw a drink at customers as they were attempting to leave. Two of the customers then got out of their vehicle and opened the drive-thru window to throw drinks at Gardner. Police say the woman then armed herself with a handgun, exited the business, and fired at the customers as they left the parking lot, hitting the vehicle at least once. No injuries were reported, and Gardner was later arrested and charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. Willie Mays, one of baseball's greatest and most beloved players of all time, has died. The San Francisco Giants released a statement saying, quote, "It is with great sadness that we announce that the San Francisco Giants legend and Hall of Famer Willie Mays has passed away peacefully this afternoon at the age of 93. Mays, a native of Alabama, played for 22 big league seasons, breaking in with the New York Giants in 1951 and then becoming a fixture in San Francisco when the franchise moved west. During his legendary baseball career, Mays hit more than 600 home runs with more than 3,000 hits, won 2 MVP awards, 12 Gold Gloves, and was inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame in 1979. Remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Crossroads Today. Hit the like button and click that notification bell. The time is now 6:37 on our Wednesday morning. Here's a look at what's coming up on 25 News Now Sunrise. A new health study reveals the benefits of resistance training.
I'm ABC's Em Nguyen in Washington. Boeing CEO Dave Calhoun in the hot seat, taking questions from Congress about his company's safety and quality control lapses. What transpired during the hearing coming up.
And also coming up after the break, we'll take another look at your radar, followed by your marine forecast. And later on Sunrise, we'll take another look at the tropics, what might be coming this weekend, and all of the rain that is still heading our way.
Hi, I'm Detective Kelly Gibbs with the Victoria Police Department. Victoria Crime Stoppers is seeking information about a credit card or debit card abuse. The Victoria Police Department is seeking to identify 3 subjects concerning this crime, which occurred between May 28th and June 2nd. A female was wearing a red and gray shirt that had a Texas Tech emblem on the back. A male was wearing a gray shirt with an unknown emblem on the back. A third subject was wearing a black t-shirt with a Playboy bunny emblem on the front. If you have any information about these subjects, please call Victoria Crime Stoppers at 361-572-4200. You can also submit a tip by using the P3 Tip app on your Android or Apple device, or by visiting our website at www.crimestoppersvictoria.com. All tips are anonymous, and if you give information that leads to an arrest or charges being filed, you could earn a cash reward. With Victoria Crime Stoppers, I'm Detective Kelly Gibbs.
Well, good morning, Crossroads. If you're tuning in with us this morning, you're looking live in Cuero, and look at that. The tropical clouds are rolling into Cuero, and it's not raining yet, but y'all are going to have rain very, very soon in Cuero. And actually very, very pretty sunrise, even with that tropical clouds out there. You can see some pink and purple out there this morning. But right now in Cuero, you might want to go out and see that sunrise before the rain gets there. So right now, 77 out there, and still plenty humid before the rain, sitting at 85% this morning. But looking at that radar, as promised, you can see all, I'd say more than, now it looks like more than half of the Crossroads, more than 50% is seeing rain. And we got a big old batch of rain heading just south of Bay City, heading west of Bay City. But so if you have any, if you live out there, make sure to get ready for that big old heavy rain shower heading your way. But looking at your marine forecast today, there is a tropical storm warning issued for all of our coastal counties because our wind gusts are going to be between 50 and 55 knots today, and that equates to 55 to 60 miles an hour, bringing you some very choppy to very rough seas for today. And that's what you can see all along our coastal counties getting that red tropical storm warning for today, and that's why we have the alert day issue for today and tomorrow, because it continues into tomorrow, and so does the rain. And we're going to take a look at all that and more in just a few more moments. Back to Carolina.
Thank you, Parker. Now to the Boeing chief executive in the hot seat in Capitol Hill, questioned over the company's recent safety and quality issues. Dave Calhoun saying the jet maker is making progress as a new whistleblower comes forward.
This morning, Boeing CEO Dave Calhoun insisting his company has turned the corner and transformed their safety culture. But U.S. senators weren't buying it.
You are eliminating safety procedures. You are sticking it to your employees because you're trying to squeeze every piece of profit you can out.
I don't recognize any of the Boeing you described.
Really?
And I want to assure...
You don't recognize the Boeing that has airplanes falling out of the sky?
Calhoun hammered by lawmakers Tuesday in his first appearance before Congress since that door plug flew off a Boeing 737 MAX 9 mid-flight.
Our culture is far from perfect, but we are taking action and we are making progress.
This as a new whistleblower comes forward. Sam Mohawk, a Boeing quality assurance investigator, alleging faulty parts are being installed in new planes, warning it could lead to a catastrophic event. Boeing saying they now encourage employees to report all concerns. Calhoun admitting his employees have been fired in the past for retaliation.
How many of your employees have been fired for retaliating against whistleblowers?
I know it happens.
Senators also pointing to the crashes of 737 MAX planes in 2018 and 2019 that killed 346 people in Ethiopia and Indonesia. Families who lost loved ones speaking out.
These are parents that will never see their children walk, talk.
Calhoun turning to the families in the room to apologize.
I want you to know we are totally committed to your members to work and focus on safety.
Calhoun has said he's stepping down by the end of this year. Lawmakers say it's a travesty he's still in his position, making over $32 million a year. Em Nguyen, ABC News, Washington.
And that leads us to your viewer poll. You can scan the QR code on your screen to take part. We ask you, have you ever flown on a Boeing aircraft? Okay, let's take a look. 80% of you say yes and 20% of you say no. Thank you for taking part in this morning's viewer poll. And if you haven't seen the first episode of Let's Grow Texas Ag, it's our newest program here at the Victoria Television Group, and it's about the state of agriculture in the Crossroads. You can watch it this week on Friday at 10 p.m. The time is now 6:44 on our Wednesday morning. Still to come, the U.S. State Department has approved a multi-million-dollar arms sale to Taiwan. All right, it's time to celebrate some birthdays. Happy birthday, happy 67th birthday to Julia. Wishing you a very happy birthday and many more to come. May you receive an overflow of blessings. We love you so much, Grandma.
Oh, happy birthday, Julia. And happy 42nd birthday to Sosimo. Wishing my handsome husband a happy birthday and wishing you many more years to come. I love you.
A happy birthday to Alice. Happy Juneteenth birthday to our beautiful mother, Alice Gary. May God continue to bless you with much love and joy from your children, family, and friends.
Oh, happy birthday, Alice. And Marvel and Avatar actress Zoe Saldana with their birthday today. She's turning 46. Happy birthday, Zoe. She's a great actress.
Oh, she's fantastic.
She's fantastic. And to see your birthday wish live on 25 News Now Sunrise, come to crossroadstoday.com, click on More, and under Home you'll see KABU to submit your birthday.
Okay, the time is now 6:46 on our Wednesday morning. Happy birthday if you're celebrating one today.
That's right. Happy birthday. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Well, good morning, Crossroads. We still got all sorts of tropical mischief out in the Gulf going into later this week and even into this weekend. But currently, we're looking at the current situation. We got a tropical depression out there right now. I think it's going to be Tropical Storm Alberto as we go into this afternoon because currently it has tropical storm force winds right now that are observed with it. But that Tropical Storm Alberto, I'm going to call it Alberto, that's going to move west-northwest into, actually it moves directly west, going into north of Mexico, going into tonight and overnight tomorrow morning. That's when it's going to make landfall tomorrow morning. But you can see as it moves west, it's going to drag all that tropical moisture out of the Gulf, bringing us here in the Crossroads plenty of rain going into today and even into overnight tonight and tomorrow. But the reason we're not seeing as high of rainfall totals as we thought we would is because this system actually very much slowed down as it started moving just a little bit north-northwest yesterday, and it started moving a little bit west a little bit further than we thought. So now we're going to get all the heavy rains actually shifted a little bit further south and west, where just like we thought it would yesterday. But for today's rainfall totals, the good news is it's nowhere near as high as it was, but still a little bit high. Here in Victoria County, between 2 to 4 inches is what I'm thinking for today. But out down south, you can see still, that's where the south is. It went south, like I said, down where the rain is. You can see between 7 to 9 inches possible of rain down there. So please be careful with the flooding concern for today. And that's why we have that alert day for today for the very heavy rain and the coastal winds that will be gusting between 50 and 60 miles an hour for today. So please be careful. But the good news is I'm sure y'all are going to be so plenty tired of the rain over the next 48 hours. The good news is we're going to be dropping down in terms of rain chances, but coming up this weekend we have another shot for some more possible tropical activity. But we're going to take a look at all of that and more though in just a few more moments. Back to Carolina.
Thank you, Parker. A new health study reveals the benefits of doing resistance training exercises can yield results 4 years later in older adults. The study published in the journal BMJ Open Sport and Exercise Medicine says as people get older, their skeletal muscle function declines. Researchers performed a trial with 369 recently retired and healthy adults between 64 and 75 years old. The group was assigned one of 3 exercise programs for a year. The study showed resistance training with heavy loads had the best benefit in leg strength. However, the moderate intensity group did see a slight decrease in leg strength. Country music star George Strait set a new record over the weekend for the largest U.S. ticketed show in history. Strait performed at Texas A&M's Kyle Field and College Station. The crowd topped 110,000 people. That number broke the all-time attendance record of 107,000 concert goers. Strait has sold more than 120 million records worldwide. He's one of the best-selling music artists of all time, and that previous record was set by the Grateful Dead at New Jersey's Raceway Park in 1977. Still to come on Sunrise, news to know before you go. A U.S. soldier detained in Russia has been sentenced for theft and threatening murder. The U.S. State Department has approved a multi-million-dollar arms sale to Taiwan. The sale, approved for drones and missiles, is worth a little over $360 million combined. It includes 300 anti-armor loitering drones and other related equipment. In a statement, Taiwan's presidential office expressed gratitude to the U.S. security commitments. The United States arms sales to Taiwan occur on a regular basis as part of the U.S.'s legal obligation to provide defense capabilities despite the lack of formal diplomatic ties. A U.S. soldier detained in Russia has been sentenced for theft and threatening murder. A Russian state news outlet says U.S. Staff Sergeant Gordon Black has been sentenced to nearly 4 years in a Russian penal colony. Russian authorities arrested Black last month. Black traveled to Russia to visit a woman believed to be his girlfriend. He was accused of stealing a little over $100 and assaulting the woman. State media reports Black partially admitted to the theft, but not to the charges of threatening to kill a woman. His lawyer said Wednesday Black will appeal. The LA Unified School District board members voted in favor of banning cell phones while school is in session. The ban is scheduled to start in January and will affect more than 500,000 students. Those in support of the move say cell phones can negatively impact in-person communication, creative thinking, and mental health. Critics of the ban say students should have access to their phones, especially in the case of an emergency. Board officials have a few months to update the policy, which has remained the same since 2011. Then it'll be presented to the public. The Justice Department and Federal Trade Commission filed a lawsuit against Adobe Monday. It claims the company made it difficult for customers to cancel subscriptions to products. Prosecutors say Adobe hid details of cancellation fees in fine print and behind optional text boxes and hyperlinks. Lawyers also say Adobe made it difficult to cancel at all, with a call center that dropped calls and bounced customers between representatives. The FTC is hoping to pass click-to-cancel rules that force companies to offer an easy way to stop paying for a product. And starting tomorrow, the Parks and Recreation Department here in Victoria will hand out mosquito dunks. Dunks dissolve in water and they're aimed at killing mosquito larvae. If there is a severe outbreak of mosquitoes, the city says it will spray, but for now they recommend using preventative measures. The city recommends removing or covering containers that hold water. Fill in or drain puddles, keep gutters and culverts clean so rainwater can drain properly, changing the water in bird baths or wading pools at least once a week, and keep grass and shrubbery well trimmed to prevent adult mosquitoes from resting. And we want to invite y'all to experience our digital streaming service, Crossroads Today Plus. You can find it on your connected TV through Amazon Fire TV, Roku, Apple TV, Android TV. Just search for Crossroads Today Plus. And we do have time for a final check of our much highly anticipated forecast with First Warn Storm team meteorologist Parker Cox. Parker, the weather has been all people have been talking about the last couple of days. What's the latest?
Well, Carolina, you are absolutely correct. In fact, when I've been out in public, everyone's coming up to me and be like, is it going to rain? Is it going to rain? Are we still going to get that rain that's coming away? Yes, folks. In fact, you're looking live in Port Lavaca. It's already raining out there, and we've got plenty more to come. We're going to take a look at that in just a second, because right now in Port Lavaca this morning, not too bad of a morning. If you're dodging the rain, it's going to be warm and humid out there, but if you're not dodging it, it's going to be raining out there. Well, not dodging it because it's raining, but 79, still warm out there, still humid, sitting at 94% this morning, and it is raining in Port Lavaca like you just saw right there. But looking at the rest of the radar, you can see we got a plethora of rain out there on the scopes this morning, and it looks like the strongest stuff you can see, there's a big old blob of really heavy rain coming just west of Bay City, heading north of Blessing right now. In fact, if I put the timer on this, it's going to be coming into Ganado probably right around 7:47 here in the next hour or so, but Luis here probably around 7:40, and Midfield right around 7:07 here in the next 10 minutes or so. But here in Victoria, you can see here on the camera, it's still plenty rainy out there and still plenty breezy, and it's going to be like that all day today. Heavy rain is what I'm forecasting, between 3 to 8 inches throughout the rest of the Crossroads if possible. Here in Victoria County, probably between 2 to 4 inches is what I'm thinking though, but plenty windy all day today with heavy rain all day today. You're going to want that umbrella and your raincoat for today, but only getting up to 80 degrees this afternoon with your rain-cooled air. That is some good news for in the background, but otherwise it's pretty bad news because we got the alert day issue for today and tomorrow. The other good news is as we go into later this week, we do have other good news. Carolina, the good news is our rain chances cut off just a little bit, but then we have more bad news. Going into later this weekend, we have probably another tropical cyclone that could be developing in the Gulf.
Oh man, well Parker, I know you're going to keep us up to date
on
every single little detail. Thank y'all so much for joining us. Have a great Juneteenth Federal Holiday Wednesday, and be sure to join us tonight for 25 News Now at 5, 6, and 10.